Hooray! His big brain, all that big brain go into realizing knives are sharp. I totally mispronounced knives. Obviously, we're off to a great start. Hey, come on, Twilight, it's obvious she was joking. So, we're going to assume that in what could be guessed as just a few hours, she's supposed to make a completely new friend. A true, genuine connection in just a few hours. Well, you know, maybe if she were at a convention and one of her friends knew somebody else, oh, dude, easily! That's how it works. That's how it's done in nature, the way Golden Tan did. Looking at my underboob, you perverts! I feel violated. But accidental wardrobe malfunctions that don't matter aside, we're off to an amusing start. And obviously, Twilight, another time when she's looking at things a little too logically and not enough realistically. So let's see how this goes. Okay, while no one is surprised it went bad, that was pretty bad. Her first attempt, I mean, you know, get accused of almost setting somebody out of business, and kicking them in the face. I'm gonna hide my shirt now. It's gonna be harder, and also I haven't showered yet. Now that was highly amusing, especially the expression on his face. But obviously, as we can see, she's not quite gotten past the whole don't use magic to force people to do what you want thing. Then also, he's already articulate when he wants to be. After all, he may be scantily spoken, but he apparently dang near has a PhD in philosophy. Let us not forget... dang, I can't remember the name of the episode, but the one where Pinkie Pie finds out they might be related. We find out, apparently, he's all sorts of deep and introspective. Which, with how little he talks, is no surprise. But, yeah, it's funny to watch, but I'd hate to have that to happen to me. Dear sweet hatred, that looked scary. Wonderbolts existed for centuries. She did exist in normal society beforehand. And hard to believe that she wouldn't know of one of the most famous groups in all of Equestria. Though I can understand not knowing Spitfires. I wouldn't be surprised if Spitfire came to ascendancy after being in the village thing where, you know, she did the enslaving and stuff. Alright, gentlemen. Fluttershy seems sad. You know what this means. Initiate Operation Hug. One at a time! Let's not forget this is Fluttershy, don't overwhelm her. But putting that aside, somebody made a connection with Angel, and it wasn't hatred. Apparently that time of the whole Kumbaya equality utopia apparently made her a bit more accepting. Dear sweet hatred, that is almost patron saint of understanding or patience. Unless, of course, he was just being in his sweeter modes today. At which point, okay, whatever. He's a bunny, obviously. People are going to like him at first glance. Still, it was funny seeing little hearts go above his head. Love is in the air. Hey! There's more grounds for it than most of the shipping in this fandom. Well, yeah, there's something wrong. You're socially, developmentally stunted. That and also, Twilight is not putting realistic expectations on you. That's what's wrong, woman. You know, she says one of her problems is that people are judging her by her past. Everyone was initially more than willing to help. Who was saying, no, I don't want to be around you? You controlled people against their will. That failed for other reasons. That and also... Granted, I know she didn't see it, but Fluttershy looked genuinely sad that she left. If anything, she's probably now going in full social anxiety mode and wondering what she did wrong. I see the plot hole. It's not a large plot hole, but it's there. No! Twilight! Step back! You're becoming posh. And once again, the show forgets its past, even whilst remembering it. She left on maybe not great terms, but she was obviously contrite. The apology seemed to have been accepted. Why is Twilight staring daggers at her? Have a look at my belly. See? My belly is right here. And with the little parts of hair there, it kind of looks like a butt. Well, there goes Equestria. Seriously. I know the comics are only vaguely canon. A fact that stabs me in the heart several times. But I don't know about other appearances, but I know she appears again at least once in a serious role. So I know she appears again in the Luna arc. I mean, I'm not very comfortable about that appearance, but for those of you who don't know, there's one where Applejack, Apple Bloom, and Rarity, I don't think Sweetie Belle, yeah, I'm reasonably sure not Sweetie Belle, go to Manhattan. They see Babs, they take in a show. Oh, look who's performing! Trixie! She was a lot more contrite. Why now are we making her look sinister? I mean, she was helping the police find some pony who was a jewel thief. Heck, yeah, I've done a review on it. I love this show, but sometimes it gets so stupid. Huh, they actually note that watching people from a bush is creepy. Also, warning, you might want to turn down your volume. I'll give you time. They brought vinyl in! Yeah, no one's surprised about somebody freaking out over that. But, yes, the most important part about this scene is, A, of course, vinyl, but also, Twilight knows vinyl. This has no real bearing on the plot or anything, but it's just awesome. Dang, Glimmer. That was actually kind of a cool rant there you put on Twilight. That and also, may I say, that is one awesome trick. Even in a world that actually has teleportation magic, that is still actually kind of nifty. I'm just going to shoot myself into the mouth of one of the most ravenous beasts in all the land. No big deal. Yeah, whatever. You know, for Celestia's patience to be running that low, I must wonder how long they've been sitting there. And great job, Twilight. That's a great way to screw things up. Oh, she met these people. She made friends with them. They ignore the lies. The lies radiating from my soulless heart. I noticed that the Manticore did not chew. Trixie, you need to do it again. I'm sorry. How do you get your hair to do that? Oh, quite possibly best line in the whole dang episode. Well, in closing, as an episode of MLP, it was somewhat brain dead. For reasons already stated. But, on the other hand, as a standalone, I loved the ever-loving crap out of it. And I'd like it noted, I'm not a Trixie fanboy. I don't dislike the character, but much past how she says her name, I'm not enthralled with her character. I just like how she says her name, that's it. And yet, I still liked it. Trixie's characterization was a bit awkward in how they tried to menace her up a bit, but everything else, the heartfelt stuff, that was excellent. And also, she still was arrogant. You know, one of her most important characterizations was there. The emotional conflicts was nice. And it was funny. So, again, in fitting with the continuity, just so awkward, such a headache. When will we actually just let Trixie be friendly? When will we just accept that Trixie is a pony and not a villain when there is hardly anything wrong with her in the first place? So, with that in closing, overall, it was fun enough I was able to enjoy it on its own merits. Here's hoping that, I think today is Thursday? This week's show will be at least as good.